had two friends that are big bow hunters. They actually called me and had actually bought it from him, and he can testify that. And so he was just like, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to make you a pro staff because you don't want to be pro staff, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a pro staff discount so that way you can buy the product and get it there and save you a little money.
See, I think that people trust that because here's the thing. I'm going to give you a commercial, okay, for a hunting whatever, okay? These guys trudging through the tops of the mountains, and they see a big ram, and they get their spotting scope out, and then they get their rifle out, and they take down the bighorn ram, okay? They don't have any dirt on their boots. They don't have any burrs stuck in their coats. You know, their hands are just manicured perfectly. They're not pulling off their gloves. Their noses aren't red and stuff. And I look at that and I say, this is complete BS because I know that they were flown in there on a chopper. They wiped everything down to get this perfect look for this. And then they're saying, use this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of it I do believe is staged. I'm not going to throw any names out there because you, as a real hunter is going to watch that and we can tell what's fake and what's not.
Right.
But heck, a lot of just the reaction of the hunter tells a lot of the story.
Oh, it does.
I
have nothing against, I'll give you an example. I have nothing against ranches. If you have a hunting ranch, great. If you can afford to go to a hunting ranch, go for it.
Dude, I'm glad you brought that up. That's an awesome... So I was the anti-high fencer. Until I start one day, I got on a chat and a rancher was talking to me. Like, he was actually really cool and not being like, you're a dumbass, blah, blah, blah. He was actually just kind of make me understand. So I actually listened to him because everybody deserves a shot.
Right.
So here's the thing about it. All right, so they're running a business, right?
Right.
Just like everybody. They're totally legit. They're making a living off this. They work the farm hard. So here's the kicker. The guys they're getting in there, they're paying $5,000, $6,000, thousands of dollars for these trophy racks, right? These guys aren't real hunters.
Right.
Okay, let's just face that. But here's what they're doing. They're putting money into the sport we love. Right. They're buying these high-dollar bows. They're buying these high-dollar clothesline. They're putting money back into the sport that we love that's keeping some of these smaller businesses alive.
Well, that part's true.
So why should we judge them?
Well, here's why. Okay. My brother-in-law, huge hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Huge hunter. I would say at your level, okay, out there all the time. And he saved up for years to go on a hog hunt on a farm in Texas. Huge hogs. You know, he has pictures of huge whitetail and stuff like that. You don't go there to test equipment.
No, you don't.
Because it's not, okay, here's the hunters I know. They're down at the local factory. They can't wait because Saturday morning is, buck camp, okay?
Oh, yeah.
They get done with work on Friday. They got their new boots. They got their socks. They got everything lined up. Saturday morning, they're going out there. They're killing themselves for 2 days, having fun. And then on Monday, they're back to work.
Yeah.
Now, that stuff needs to work for them.
Yeah, you have to rely on your equipment.
Right. Those guys and gals, I'm talking about the blue-collar worker busting their ass, doing their thing, because most of those people are worrying about Christmas presents for their kids.
Yeah.
They're not worried about spending $10,000 to go shoot something at a ranch. And I don't have anything against ranches.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, those are hunters.
Right.
Those are people who love what they do and live for that moment. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and judge a guy that's going to go to that can afford it, a high fence. Would I ever hunt a high fence? No, I'm not, because that's me. But my biggest thing is that I learned is that guy that's rich is probably dumping another $5,000, $10,000 back into the sport that I love. That's still.
I don't have nothing against them. But what I'm saying is when it comes to advertising and sponsorships.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. People don't realize a lot of that, how much is staged, or there is some shows that will actually, it's a deer they know about. It's pretty much been corn-fed by hand. Right. And actually, I can say that because the team that I was with,
right,
one of the guys used to work for a ranch, and he told me flat out, he's like, look, these guys that come pay this big money, I used to corn-feed that deer.
Right.
So, yeah, I do understand that aspect of it. Yeah, these deer are not, they see a human sitting there like, oh, it must be food time, so I'm going to walk a little closer and get in bow range. So, yeah, that aspect, yeah, I do understand that.
Do you remember when Georgia boots first came out?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Georgia work boots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You could, I mean, before Tractor Supply days, I'm talking like the
MFA days?
Yes, the MFA days. So they had a TV commercial, and it was very sparing. Okay, but their commercial was, it had a farmer, and it said 8 years. And it had a picture of these boots that were weather checked, and, you know, the bottoms were worn off of them. And it showed that picture, and then the guy come up and grab them and throw them on. And then they had a steel worker, and you could see the nicks and cuts and burns and stuff, and it said 11 years. And then it said Georgia boots. You know what? That's real to me.
Yeah. Okay, so going along with that, I'm going to tell you something. I'll take it off right now. I am not sponsored by these guys. And these boots are 15 years old. They're my favoriteest hunting boots in the world. And look at the soles that are wore off of these. Right. These are a camo work Ariats.
Okay.
I'm not sponsored by Ariat, but 12 years old, and I'm still wearing this boot, and you can see the soles are literally, I've super glued the soles back on.
Right.
And the sole is wore off where I have a gate.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Best damn boot in the world.
Right.
And they've got no leaks. They're comfortable. And I still wear them to this day because nobody sold me on the product. I bought them because, a funny story is, I never liked boots.
Really?
Hated boots. Thought they was cowboyish. Was not
weird.
A cowboy.
You're weird.
I am weird.
I love boots.
Oh no, I love them now. Don't get me wrong. So my friends kept making fun of me, and I finally went to the Western store, and I tried some boots on. I was like, oh, I kind of like these boots. So I bought them. 12 years later, I'm on my second pair of dress Ariats.
Wow.
And here's the thing. I'm sorry, Ariat, but you're not making money off of me because you make your boots last too long.
Right.
I mean, I'm on 2 pairs that I've had both for 12 years. Just don't wear down. Yeah, it's not my fault that you make good boot.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, but I'll damn well guarantee you the next time you buy a boot, what are you going to get?
Ariat.
And next time your worker that you're working with needs a new pair of boots, who are you going to push them to?
Ariat, every time.
Exactly. And it's not because of some fancy commercial that they showed, some hipster people, doing something. And it's because, man, I've worked these things. They become like your best friend.
These things have been in creeks. They've been in hunting stands. They've never failed me.
Right. And here's the thing. Snake bites.
I bet you
snakes aren't going to go through that.
No, I highly doubt it. If they do, then they probably deserve to get me.
Well,
I mean, honestly, if they can make it through that,
if it was Ariat, they'd probably be like, oh, we can't make that claim. There's legal things. Well, I'm telling you, they can't bite through leather like that. And if you have a comfortable pair, that's the second part nobody talks about. You can look great, and it can be non-slip, and you can have these big lugs on there to walk upstairs and, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, is my back hurt? It doesn't it?
So here's the funny thing about that. I love these boots so much, and they're so wore down, but I still wear them, and like you said, you've seen it. The sides are blown out because I have a weird gait. I have duck feet. Don't make fun of me. I have duck feet. So the side or the back sides are wore out.
Quack.
Yeah. Yeah. You too, buddy. You.
I mean,
so it has literally gotten to the point now that I can't stand on them very long because they're so wore out. They're trying to rotate out, so it hurts my back. I'd love to wear them.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're my favorite boot. I'll put them on no matter. I don't care how much my back hurts. You'll see me leaning against things. You'll see me sitting down. I don't care. One, I look sexy in these old boots.
Right?
I mean,
your wife likes them?
Oh, yeah.
Turns her on?
She's like...
You jump on the Harley and, it's just part of the...
Yeah, it's part of the motif.
Right.
So
we were talking about hunting and your sponsorships. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going through all this stuff, what we like, what we don't like. But the reality is sponsorships have a standard that you have to follow.
They do.
Which is why I don't get a lot of sponsorships. I have had offers... But I won't take an offer. I'm kind of like you. If you want me to talk good about your product and throw me some money and something, and then I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm
like, send me the product so I can, we won't say test because supposedly I got in trouble for that. And what's funny is I was told I got in trouble for the test word and actually talked to the brand, and they said, no, we want you to test our stuff. And so I called them out on that and oh, you're a lying piece of, I was an asshole. They said, I'm a lying piece of shit. when I talk to the sponsors, and the funny thing is they're talking trash about me the whole time, and they don't realize that I've got everything recorded. My wife's like, record that. And so it's got it on record of these products saying, no, we didn't say that. They're lying to you. So
well, I'll tell you what I've found. There's a lot of small companies that have far superior products.
There is.
But guess what? They have no marketing money. You know what I mean?
That goes back to the bows. Matthews has a lot of money, and I have nothing. There's some good Matthews bows out there. I'm not even going to lie. There's some nice. When the Triax came out, loved it.
Sparta, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they are USA made.
Right.
All Hoyt, them, Expedition. Actually, Expedition, I will say something good about Expedition real quick. They are a family-owned business in a small shop. They don't have a huge shop.
Right.
So, honestly, if you're wanting to shop local and shop for a small family business, Expedition is where you really need to try it at. Honestly. I mean, and this is coming from a Hoyt guy, but if you want to support local small businesses, go to Expedition bows.
See, I'm not going to lie. I like Matthews.
Yeah.
And the reason that I like Matthews was because in that area, it's kind of an impoverished area. The Sparta, Wisconsin, Toma, Wisconsin. And they employ so many people at a good living wage that I don't care if you don't like shooting their bows, you still support a company like that.
Oh, yeah, you have to. If it's your local area, yeah, you got to.
Exactly. So that plays a part.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So I've got a friend, and his son started a company called Wayfinder Lures. Okay? Everything is handmade. Every single thing is handmade, and it's super quality. And I always tell people, like, when it comes to lures,
there's your go.
Wayfinder Lures, do it. He's a local guy out of Texas.
I love those local people.
Right? I mean, he does what he says, and he does cool stuff that you don't see anywhere else. But the problem is he doesn't have the, $800,000 marketing budget to get him around.
Yeah.
But it's guys like me and you.
They get the word out.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like we just spoke about, okay, you got Matthews, you got Hoyt. They're very well known. Expedition is a small business, and that's exactly what you're saying. They are a small business, and I'd never give them a shot. And that's what the team did. I may not like about that team anymore,
right?
But they brought me on to a couple of new smaller businesses that I really like. I will probably buy another Expedition, and I gotta, if you're listening somehow or you get word of this at Extreme Hunting 365, I gotta order some more mineral.
Yeah, you know what? I should try that mineral,
dude. It's the bomb. I will show you pictures where 6 months ago there was nothing, and now they've got holes.
Well, I can tell you this. Do you remember deer cane?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember deer cane when it came out?
Oh yeah, the liquid form or the powder?
The powder.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that came out a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the 90s.
Right, and you could only get it at certain like pro hunting shops.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Now you can buy it at Walmart.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that it's the same stuff because it doesn't work like it used to work.
I won't use it.
Oh, here's what usually happens, folks. There will be a great product, a great company. They will hit something like a hot market and something.
Then they change it?
Well, then they get bought out.
Oh, yeah. That happens a lot. I hate that. And they will change it somehow. And I hate that.
Right. But there's so many people. That's why I love trade shows. Every hunter, every fisherman goes to trade shows.
Oh, yeah. I got to go one in Springfield, Missouri at the Hunting Expo.
Tell me about it. How was it?
Oh, so I went up there with Earth Outdoors. Earth Outdoors is a local store here. And Dennis asked me to go up there with him because I was a big bow guy. And at that time, I was with a team called Valor Outdoors. And so he's like, can you come up there? Because I was hurting on my back. So I couldn't technically work at the firehouse. So he just asked me to go up there as a representative of my team. So we went up there and we had a bow tournament going on, a 3D shoot. But my God, I met some of the coolest people in the world just walking around and talking to all the. You had taxidermists, you had the bows, you had local guys that was trying to get somewhere with like broadheads, and they believed in their product.
Yes.
And I actually had one guy, I still have his broadheads. He's like, man, I'm going to send you home with some. Just try them for me, and then send me an honest review. And I did try them out. I killed a deer with it, and I was like, okay, so it didn't bleed as much as I liked, but it was just the one deer. But I sent him an honest review, and he was super nice. But like, thanks for the info, and asked me if I wanted some more. I was like, no.
Which is also objective, because where did you hit it? Did you hit an artery?
Yep.
But the feedback is awesome. And you said, you know what? I did something with this. I liked it. And when you make something like, those people actually appreciate your input.
Yes, they do. If it's honest and not hateful, you can tell somebody the truth without being bashing their product.
Right.
I mean, and here's the thing that I really got mad about with the old team. They said, well, this has been product tested. The big guys are using it. They're 100%. And I have no doubt in that.